those of you that don't know me, I'm Nicole, Elise's younger but taller cousin. Believe it or not, at some stage in our lives, Elise was actually the taller one, and I'm sure there's a photo somewhere as evidence. Standing next to you today, Elise, was an honour. I can't thank you enough for not only letting me be a part of your special day, but also your life. I can't believe the day is here that we talked about and fantasised about from such a young age. From sleepovers at your house, to sleepovers at my house, and sleepovers at Nan's house, as well as sending letters in the mail to each other from Castlehill to Cherrybrook, it's safe to say we didn't miss a bit of each other's life. And I'm sure our parents can vouch for the fact that we also didn't draw breath when we were together. Now, let's share a little bit about Elise. Don't worry, Elise, it's nothing embarrassing. Elise has this amazing ability to light up any house that she walks into, and of course make it her own straight away. As she walks in the door with the, "Oh hey," as she walks through, without a knock, drops her bag and beelines straight for the cupboard. Elise also makes car trips most interesting. When she claims she knows the words to all the songs on the radio, when really she's lucky to know one. It's safe to say she wasn't in the school choir for long. Elise can be easily pleased with anything sweet or chocolatey, because at the end of the day, food is the way to her heart. I'll never forget talking to Elise after Elise and Jake had their first tiff as a couple. I remember saying to Elise, "So how did you resolve the issue?" And she said, "Well, Jake came home with macarons. And it was fine from there." I better stop there, because it isn't meant to embarrass Elise. At all, this is her special day. Now for Jake. When I first met Jake, I knew that he was perfect for Elise. His caring and loving personality showed straight away, and I knew how happy he made you feel. Jake, I'm not sure if you remember, but you contacted me about 10 days after you started dating Elise to ask me what you could buy her for Christmas. My first thought was brilliant. This guy meant business. Little did Jake know what was ahead of him. From pet rabbits to pet rats, and Elise pulling the card, "But please, Jake, I really want one." I take my hat off to you, Jake, that you've been so patient with Elise and her need for a pet zoo in a one-bedroom apartment. Jake, tonight you win. You're the lucky man. You've got a girl who's one of a kind, a girl who goes out of her way to help others, and a girl that will always be there to make you laugh, but a girl that will always be there through the hard times. Elise, I want you to know that I wrote this next part over and over. Sorry. I couldn't think of anything more perfect to describe just how much you mean to me. There are no words big enough to define the kind of cousin and best friend you are to me, and I certainly had no idea how to summarise everything. Thank you for all your love and support, particularly in our older years. Thank you for being a phone call away. Thank you for turning up for unexpected cups of Tetley. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for being happy for me and supporting me. But most of all, thank you for being you. I wish you all the happiness in the world, and I make a promise to you today that I'll always be here for you through your life, and I will never forget the impact you've had on me all my life. I don't know where I'd be today without you, but I know today, standing here in your wedding day is exactly where I'm meant to be. To Elise and
want this commencement speech because truly, I think Jake and I know I'm the true best man. No, jokes aside, all of us best men, we're really, really honoured and we're really grateful to have been chosen to be a part of this wedding and to celebrate the unity of the beautiful couple. So thank you so much for having us. Thank you as well to Rob, Rel, Chris, and Mark, and Jake and Elise for organising this evening. This wonderful evening, actually. And I'd also like to thank all the people that attended from faraway places like Michigan. Thank you everyone for coming tonight, especially Jake's dad for coming 27 years ago.
Now, one of the formalities that wasn't done earlier in the night, I was chatting with a few of the bar staff here. They're actually quite surprised because this was probably one of the first underage weddings that they've actually catered for. We did actually ask Jake to bring 100 points of ID tonight. For a pretty significant ID check, he did pass, which is good to see. And like we do most nights when we go out, we've got your little wristband. So, yeah.
Alright, the 21st of October. Hopefully you all know that's today's date. But also, it's a date for some of the most important events throughout history. I'm sure everyone here is well aware that on this day, in 1858, the Can-Can was first performed in Paris. Who can forget on this day in 1975, when Elton John received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? And of course in 1980, when Chinese basketball legend Yao Ming was born. Most of you may not know this, but Yao Ming was actually a Chinese government experiment. The aim? Produce a basketball superstar. The process? The consummation of two ex-national basketball superstars. And the result? Yao Ming. So by now you're probably sitting there thinking, what the hell is this going to do? The story has nothing to do with today's proceedings. Well, actually, you're sadly mistaken. This story ties in well with today's celebration and has to be one of the main reasons why Jake asked Elise for her hand in marriage. As some of you will know, Jake has been known to enjoy gambling and is a big fan of horse racing. It was after a shocking day at Randwick where it finally dawned on him and he knew what he had to do. Firstly, it included asking Elise to marry him. Well done, got that one done. And secondly, and probably most importantly, producing a jockey dynasty to dominate the racing scene for years to come. Finally, we'll be able to get back those bookies and control your financial future.
So, I'm not sure if everyone here knows the story of how Elise and Jake met. But Elise first took Jake's eye when he was working as a barista in a coffee shop in Cherrybrook. After a bit of flirting, Jake decided that he'd take the plunge and he'd invite Elise to meet the guys, but to also invite her out to our natural habitat, which at the time was a Greenwood hotel on a Thursday night. So on this night, the night was going perfectly. To start off, we were all in the venue, which was very rare. Second of all, Matt had only thrown up once, which was also very rare. And the chemistry between Jake and Elise was blooming. So the night was going well. Around midway through the night, Jake and Elise were dancing on the dance floor, and Jake had left to go and buy some drinks at the bar. So on his way back, he noticed that some guy was actually already on the dance floor talking to Elise. Walking over with his 2 drinks, he walks over to this guy, Jake's always up for a challenge. Jake will talk, never back down, except when the challenge is a 6'6" Polynesian Australian single. Jake walked over, but he must have had this really bad look on his face because all of a sudden, without further notice, Jake was on the floor with a black eye. It's a true story. Elise was so impressed with Jake's crazy chivalry. They only started dating 2 years after that. Every day since that day, Jake has kept at the gym, working out, bulking up, and in the past 4 years he's gained a massive 3 kilos. So we're all really, really proud of Jake, and we're so happy that he's bulked up and he can look after Elise, protect her for the rest of his life.
You do look really good, Jake, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought it was pretty important to touch on some of Jake's very questionable fashion and music trends. Jake has always been into his music and fashion trends, but unfortunately, he's always been consistently a decade too late. Jake still goes to early 2000 rock band concerts. He thinks that it's cool to solve a Rubik's Cube and ended about 20 years ago. And a relatively new feature which we're pretty concerned about, he's channeling his inner 16-year-old with a nose ring. I don't know what that's all about, but it's safe to say that Jake is going through a midlife crisis at the age of 27. You have to bear with me, because I'll have to read out some of Jake's favourite bands, because I have no idea who they are. We've got Yellow Card, My Chemical Romance, Newfound Glory, which is not what I thought it meant, by the way, as well. Green Day, again, not what I thought it meant. And who can forget Zac Efron in High School Musical 1, 2 and 3. Very good in the third one. And the Jonas Brothers in Camp Rock as well. Jake the DJ has been warned that from now on you won't be able to request any songs.
Now, you may not be aware, but we've pretty much been mates since the start of high school. But things really blossomed in the fall of summer 2008. This is when we discovered vodka oranges, 3 a.m. homemade margarita pizzas, and an oasis in North Sydney called the Greenwood Hotel. Now, Jake arrived pretty late to the gate and he missed the plane on that one. The only way we could get him into the group as one of the boys was to do a pretty extensive initiation period. That involved basically everything from battling him with pieces of cardboard, making him do lots of eating of sauces, which he hates if anyone knows him, downing vodka shots down a water slide, doing belly flops into the pool, while being met at the door with guys in hoodies with candles and Enya playing in the background. Since that day though, we've had many memories with Jake, and on behalf of all three of us, we look forward to a lot more memories with both you and your beautiful bride, Elise.
The commitment of marriage is not a decision to take lightly, and for most, the initial prospect of an engagement is usually met with the challenge for saving for a ring. Fortunately enough, from the first day Jake and Elise started dating, Jake has been keeping a tin under his bed, putting away at least $50 per week, saving for a day where he can take a risk and a big leap in investing in his future. We believe this day was originally meant to be next weekend, the 28th of October at the Cox Plate, where he planned on making a guaranteed 25% return on his money, betting on the one and only Wings. However, unbeknown to us, the money has always been put aside for a greater cause, and someone that Jake believed in more. His beautiful new wife, Elise. I think the fact that Jake knew from the start he was going to marry Elise highlights how perfect they are for each other and how their future will be blessed with endless amounts of happiness.
We've told some fairly embellished stories here tonight, but we are genuinely over the moon to be welcoming a kind and beautiful girl like Elise into our group. We would like everyone to please stand. And join us in a toast to celebrate a wonderful couple, but more importantly, to bear witness Elise's initiation as part of the boys. So Elise and Jake.